Wanya back inside the wrestling basement, coming at you with which WWE champion, world champion, will lose their championship at this year's Summerslam pay-per-view. So, as we all know, the current Universal Champion is Braun Strowman and the current WWE Champion is Drew McIntyre. Out of two superstars in today's video, I'm pretty much going to tell you, in my opinion, which one of those superstars are in the most jeopardy to come this year's SummerSlam. So, without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. So as we all know, I know, so apparently you gotta know, Drew McIntyre set to go one-on-one this year at SummerSlam against the Viper Randy Orton. A dream match, definitely going to be a 5-star match. And on the other hand, we got Braun Strowman, which is the Universal Champion, which will go one-on-one with Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, which it's not yet confirmed, but we all know that is the current plan as far as SummerSlam this year and the Universal Championship. So, out of these two 5-star matches, storyline wise, I give it to Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, and Braun Strowman, because we're now seeing this storyline and this whole rivalry, this feud go back years. I mean, they pretty much been doing this whole, I feel as though in the WWE, I feel as though these type of storylines and these plans like this, these be like yearly, like years in advance type of plans. This little Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre storyline, it's kind of something that they just winging. Like, it's just something that they're winging. They basically just throwing somebody in there, or at least a credible person in there to go against Drew McIntyre, because just think about it. Nobody else on Monday Night Raw is fit enough to go against Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. Nobody but, you know, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, the Hurt Business, if they took them a little bit more serious. So, like I said, as far as on the Monday Night Raw, as far as the WWE Championship, Randy Orton is really like a last resort, and it ain't like Randy Orton don't deserve it, but out of these two championship matches, like I said, storyline-wise, I had to get to a Universal Championship, and like I said, the WWE, it's really just a last-minute type of thing. So, as far as the Universal Championship, Braun Strowman definitely have a huge target on his back, and in a way, he should be kind of concerned about Bray Wyatt, but I'm going to kind of break it down for you. In a way, as far as this storyline, if Goldberg defeated The Fiend and Braun Strowman defeated Goldberg, then that technically means, if we're going by logic, that The Fiend can lose to Braun Strowman. That's logical now, but we all know the WWE is not logical. It's nothing that the WWE do logical. You know, I've been watching WWE ever since I was born. I was born in the Attitude Era days. But just watching back then, leading up until now, the most unlogical thing I seen up to date is Seth Rollins defeating Braun Strowman. And since I seen that, I said, these people are crazy. They're out of their mind. This here, it don't make sense. So since I seen that, I don't put nothing past WWE. Anything truly can happen in WWE. And since The Fiend lost to Goldberg, which I feel though he should have never done, he could very well lose to Braun Strowman. But considering the fact that Braun Strowman, like I said, lost to Seth Rollins, like out of these two storylines, Randy Orton is definitely a huge threat as far as Drew McIntyre, but I strongly feel as though that Braun Strowman got the biggest threat as far as his championship, and I feel as though out of these two superstars, Braun Strowman would definitely be the man to lose his championship, a world championship at least, as far as this SummerSlam pay-per-view. Yes, Randy Orton is going to give Drew McIntyre one heck of a fight, but when it all comes down to it, you got to also go back to the Kofi Kingston push. Kofi Kingston was hot, and nobody could have ever pretty much guessed that Kofi Kingston would have defeated Randy Orton 10 years ago when we seen their storyline for the WWE Championship back then, and we seen up to date during his 2019 run, that being Kofi Kingston, his first run to the WWE Championship, he defeated Randy Orton. And by me mentioning that, I'm saying with all this momentum Drew McIntyre got heading into SummerSlam, and with the WWE Champion as a whole, it really would hurt his character if he was to lose to Randy Orton, like right now. It would hurt his character, but it would be more believable than just, you know, a regular person defeat him. Randy Orton defeat Drew McIntyre for a WWE Championship, you can accept that more than Dolph Ziggler defeat Drew McIntyre for a championship, because when it all boils down to it, if Randy Orton do take the championship off of Drew McIntyre, they can do a live storyline so Randy Orton becoming the WWE Champion once again. So if Drew McIntyre was to lose the WWE Championship at SummerSlam, I honestly won't be surprised and I won't be mad because I feel as though Drew McIntyre should, lose the WWE Championship to Randy Orton at SummerSlam. But like I said, out of these two matches, more than likely, if a world championship had to change hands at SummerSlam, they would definitely pull that on Braun Strowman because let's all be honest. We are all missing Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns would have never went out during COVID-19, we all know Roman Reigns would defeat Goldberg and he would be reigning supreme over the Blue Brand or Friday Night SmackDown. So like I said, out of the two championship matches, like I said, the Universal Champion, Braun Strowman first defending SummerSlam. Not yet confirmed, but we pretty much know that that's what's going to happen. And Drew McIntyre on the Red Brand WWE Championship versus Randy Orton. Of course, I'm going to have to go with Braun Strowman to lose the Universal Championship to Bray Wyatt. So, with that being the end of today's video on my opinion to which World Championship will be changing hands, who have the biggest threat on their back, who is the biggest target, who is more than likely to lose their World Championship at this year's SummerSlam pay-per-view, feel free to smash the like button, super kick, subscribe button, comment down below, and hit that bell notification. Till next time, this is the Wrestling Basement.